The topic of today's demonstration and of course presentation and of course hands-on is Moodle. And Moodle is in fact a learning management system, and the term learning management system is very new to us, in fact very new to me itself. And by a learning management system we mean an application software which is meant for basically curriculum delivery, assessment and evaluation, and report generation. We can keep documentation also. So it has many features, and you may have come across many learning management systems. There are many learning management systems. Very famous is Blackboard. There's one called Canvas. There are many other learning management systems, Schoology, then eCollege, then Adobe Captivate Prime, and you can say Google Classroom is also a learning management system. So we have several learning management systems there, but all the learning management systems, each of it has its advantages and disadvantages. But the advantage with Moodle is that it is totally free. By the word free, I mean that its codes are available free. So if we have the resources, that means if we have a server and if we have technical expertise of hosting a software in a server, then we can have it for free. The codes is available free, and we can have it installed in our server, and of course we have to maintain the database as well. But if I don't have that expertise, then also we can have a Moodle for free. Okay, so we have some platforms which are offering Moodles for free as of now. Two such platforms are Moodle Cloud and Zenommio. And Moodle Cloud offers free trial site valid for 45 days, and Zenommio offers free Moodle site for unlimited period of time as of now, but with limited resources. We can have certain limited number of participants, certain limited number of courses, and space as well. Okay, total space they are offering 2 GB. So that is basically the introduction of Moodle is. So I shall be posting some videos so that you can have a better understanding of what Moodle is and its origin. Its origin is in fact due to an Australian computer scientist named Martin Dogiamas. So, but it was collaborated by some other computer scientists, and it has grown, and it has now reached more than 1 million people. Okay, so there are so many sites, Moodle sites. So and just seeing the participant list, I'm sure that many of you are conversant with Moodle. So it's a difficult job for me because it's a blend of maybe someone who is totally ignorant of what Moodle is, and there are some people who are really conversant of Moodle and maybe using Moodle for their academic courses. So what I have tried to do is that we want to board the train, the Moodle train in between. In between means the train has already started, and so it has, you can think that the train has stopped here at this particular station, and I have posted one link in the stream of the Google Classroom of this particular refresher course. So I request all of you to please click that link, use your email as your username, and the password also I have given here. The password is password PASSWORD underscore capital TLC 21. So the password is also there in the stream. So the password is same for all of you, and the username is the email that you have just provided in the Google form that you have submitted to the DLC program. So I hope that all of you have devices ready, and you have just clicked the link and you have been able to reach that point. Okay, so I shall let you know how we have actually reached that point. Okay, so that thing I shall let you know a little while later. So that is why I'm saying that we have to ride the train in between. Okay, so I'm presenting my screen to you all. Okay. Okay, somebody please respond. Is it visible? My screen is visible to you all?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So this is what you have seen when you have clicked the link in the stream, isn't it? So here we have a box for username and a box for password. So here what I have done, I am also joining. Okay, I am also logging into it as an administrator. So I have just entered the Moodle site, and those who are conversant with Moodle, they will know that this is the home page of this Moodle site. This is the home page. The home page is being customized to give you a link of available courses for this website. So there are 103 courses that I have created here in this website, and the courses are named after you. Okay, so and it is of course in Z to A order. Okay, so you can find your course just by scrolling it down and at an appropriate place. So you can see that I have created so many courses, means 103 courses in all, and one course for each of you. So each of the course is allotted to one of you, and it is there as the teacher. For example, the course titled Dr. Shibendu Kumar Rai, and for this course, Dr. Shibendu Kumar Rai have been allotted as enrolled as a teacher. Right, so this is what you are seeing right at the moment. Okay, at the moment you are seeing all this in
Sir, can you please tell us the password of this login?
password is PASSWORD small cap underscore TLC capital 21.
Right, sir. Thank you.
It's not letting me log in. I'm trying. It says invalid username and password.
Username is the one that you have used, the email that you have used in the Google form. So exactly that one.
Let me
Okay.
try.
Okay, maybe you just check the email. Password is the same password for everybody. Okay, so what you are seeing will be slightly different. to what I have been, what I am seeing right now, or what you are seeing in this Google Classroom, right? Sorry, this Moodle site, okay, in this presentation. So what is there is that on the, okay, so those who are not conversant with Moodle, so let us get to know the things that we have here. We have so many things. On the extreme left, we have one hamburger icon. So this hamburger icon is for opening or closing of these left navigation panel. So this left navigation panel can be closed by clicking this hamburger icon, or you can open it also by clicking it. To its right, there is something written called TLCTU. So TLCTU is the short name for this website. This website's full name is TLC course, but its short name I have given it as TLCTU. To its right, we have a language preference. So there are many languages supported by Moodle, but we have preferred English. Okay, so the language is here. Then if we just move further right, we shall see one notification bell icon. So this bell icon, so here you will see the notifications, if any, which is related to a particular course or particular site, of course, yes, website. And then to its right, we have one messaging box. So we have this messaging drawer. So if I just click this messaging drawer, then this, with the help of this, we can message each other. For example, if I want to message a participant, say Debojit, say, I have searched for Debojit, and you can see that we have 3 Debojits who are participant here, and if I want to give here in the message box and then press enter to send a message to Debojit Kumar Sharma. So in this way, you can use this messaging box, okay, this messaging drawer to a message to each other. So I have to the extreme right, we have an user menu. So the user menu is the one where we have a link for the dashboard. The same link for dashboard is there also in the navigation panel. So the dashboard link is there in the navigation panel as well as in the user menu. Then there is something called profile. So if I click the profile, then, or if you click the profile as well, then you will be able to edit your profile. So if you want to change something in your profile, just click this edit profile button and you will get to see that your username is there. Then you can change the password over here. If you want to really change the password, you can change the password. You can change the other things also, first name, surname, email address also. So all these things can be edited with the help of this editing option in the profile button under the user menu. And of course, at the bottom, we have to update profile or to make save changes. So that is the key. Okay, in Moodle, we have to scroll down and we have to click the last button. Okay, or if you want to cancel everything, you can just click the button cancel. So this is what is in the user profile. So I'm going back to home again. Okay, so this is what you have seen. And again, I'm coming back to the left side, the navigation panel. The navigation panel, you will see some drawers. Home, the drawer home is the link for the home page. Then we have a drawer called dashboard. Then we have a calendar drawer. Then we have a drawer for private files where I can keep some files privately in Moodle instead of keeping it. So these files are kept online. Then something called content bank. Then my courses and the names of the courses in which I am the user is enrolled as a teacher or as a student. And to next to it, at the bottom, you will see a button called Site Administration. And if you have joined, you will not get to see this one because this button is only for the one who is the administrator for the site. As of now, the site is administered by me. That's why this button is being seen here. But as a teacher, you will not get to see this site administration button. Then there is another button here. Okay, so this is for editing the settings of this website. So we can turn editing on and we can make changes over here. Okay, we can have, and there are more options also. So we shall not dwell upon much on these things. So what I wish that as a teacher, we are interested in the courses in which I am enrolled. So you have been enrolled in these courses. So so you can see, and at the end there is a one course in which I have enrolled myself as a teacher. So that course title is Resources of Assam. So the content of the course is not very important for the participants. Just for an example, I have taken this particular course. So if I click this course, then I shall be able to see the contents of the course. So in a similar way, you should click the courses in which you are enrolled as a teacher. So my request to the participants that you please click the particular courses in which you are enrolled right now. Okay, if you move alongside me, then things will be quite easy. Otherwise, seeing the videos or later on, it might be slightly difficult. It might feel that things are too complicated. But if you move along, things will be slightly easy.
Sir,
And of course, those,
okay.
yes, yeah.
So
Yes.
when I'm clicking on my courses, course 82 is what I'm getting. And then
Yes,
I'm getting certain dates like 17th February to 23rd February.
yes, that is what I'll be telling you what is to be done right now. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So yes, very very nice that you have been doing all along. Very good. So just clicking the course, you will see that you have been you will see something like this you will be seeing. But here where I have forest resources, you may see week 1 or say some date, February 17 to 24, then 25 to and so on, right? So that way you may have seen, or you may get to see topic 1, topic 2, right? Topic 1, topic 2 and so on. So in that way you may see. But why those things are coming, so I am letting you know. So if we want to sense those things, then we have this button. We have this gear icon. See, we have the gear icon on the top, not actually top right, just the second one, the top right. We have the user menu. The next one is the gear icon. You can see is the one through which we can make the changes to the course, right? So just click there and you will see that the first option is edit settings. So just click it, edit settings. So when you just click the edit settings, you will get to see this one. Okay. So here you see already, because this is already pre-designed, that's why Resources of Assam is there. So for you, the course name is your name. Right now it is coming as your name. So you want to change the course name, right? So here you give the course name.
Sorry, sir, we cannot edit anything. When we enroll here, it shows that unenroll. When we click on that, unenroll me from RCA. The list,
no.
the drop down is not coming as you have shown.
No. Have you, which one you have clicked? RCA?
Our resources of Assam, in the right hand side, you said that
No,
drop down.
No, do not go for resources of Assam. You just go for your course. See your course.
Okay.
Okay, so may I know your name?
Dr. Kakolide.
Okay, so I'm again going back to the home page, right? So
One
We have to
participant was
select
asking about
course
the email
53.
password because she has joined lately. So
okay, she's joined late.
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
anyway,
do we
so
have to
ID,
select
user
course
ID,
53?
because user ID is not accepting. Email ID is not accepting.
you have to, the whatever email ID you have given in the Google form, that has been used here as your username. So if it is so, you can
Yes, sir,
just,
but it is not accepting. Okay, I'm trying.
okay, anyway, you can keep continuing seeing this one. Later on, I shall resolve your issue. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Do we have to select course 53?
Let me check. Course 53, is it yours? Maybe. Dr. Suchitra is course 53, yes?
Yes, it is opened, so it is selected. Huh?
Okay, that way. Means I have enrolled each of you in the corresponding course, right? Not in RCA.
Okay.
So again, I
Thank
am
you,
going back to RCA. And of course, what RCA is, if I just click edit settings, you can see that RCA is the course short name here. The course short name is RCA. Course full name is Resources of Assam. So let me change it, say Natural Resources of Assam, right? So then suppose let me change the course short name as say NRA, right? So I can change these things. So you also can change the name of the course, and you also can change the course short name from this edit settings button. And then you see that thereafter something called course category, because we have created only one category, so you will not get to see more than one category. Of course, miscellaneous is always there by default. Okay, so then there's option for course visibility. There's option for course start date, course end date. All these you can change. You can provide a course ID number as well. Or if you choose that you want to write something about your course, you want to describe your course, so you can describe the course here, okay, in this box. And you are seeing that we have something screen, okay, some part screen, just like Microsoft Word or say Excel. In fact, this is also an editor, text editor. This text editor is named called Atto, ATTO, and this is an inbuilt editor for Moodle, through which we can write text, we can insert images, we can insert videos, we can insert hyperlinks, and many other options. So it's a strong editor. Okay, so this editor is being used throughout in Moodle, and there are other editors as well. Okay, and if I scroll down here, just see course format. So if I click it, you can see that for this course, RCA, the course is in topic format. But for you people, you can see that your course is in weekly format, right? That is why you are seeing so February 17 to February 24 like that. So those dates are there because your courses have initially been framed in the weekly format. You can change it. You can change it to the topic format, or you can keep it in the weekly format, or you can you have other options also, social format or single activity format. And whenever we have some doubt, if I have any doubt on this item, what is to be chosen, we have one blue question mark to the left of the box. invariably everywhere you will get to see. So that help is always there. Just click the help help mark, then you will see that some descriptions are there. So just by going through the description, you will see or you will have some information about the settings, what is to be done. So my request to all of you that you just change the name of the topic. Okay, initially the name name of the course. Initially the name of the course was your name. Now you change the course name to any name of your choice, and then you give a course short name that is also your choice, and choose the format. Okay, initially it was in weekly format, but if you wish, you can change it to topic format. So please do these things so that we can move further through this along this discussion. And you can see that there are other options also. Okay, appearance, file and upload. Okay, so there is a maximum upload size there for this site. For this course, I have given 5 MB, but please do not make it bigger so that we can stay within our limit of 5 GB for this trial site. So you can limit the maximum upload size starting from 10 KB to 100 MB. Okay, so a student can, if we have a student, then he or she can upload, or in fact the teacher itself can upload files up to this particular size. So do not give it more than say 5 MB, just limit it to 5 MB. Then we have something called completion tracking. Completion tracking, if I just click it, then you will see the options yes or no. So I'm scrolling up. Okay, let me keep it say yes. Okay, let me make it say no. Okay, and then we have groups. Okay, we can create groups for particular activity in a particular course, or we are just staying with the default one. We can rename the roles. For example, I don't want to call the student a student. I can give a new name, say learner. So that is also possible. And we can take the particular course as well. So I'm just keeping it as it is, and I click save and display. So what have you seen is that on the navigation panel, this is instead of RCA is now NRA, and a course name is now changed to Natural Resources of Assam. So likewise, you also have finished your work, I think. Okay, if I just scroll, okay, on the right side, if you can notice, earlier we had some boxes. We had some small rectangles over here, which are completion tracking. So because we have disabled completion tracking, that's why those boxes have disappeared. So what I am doing, I am again trying to bring those boxes on the right side, the completion tracking. So I am going to the edit settings button and scrolling down for completion tracking, click yes and save changes. And let's see what happened. You can see that we have some boxes on the right side, so that this can be checked by the particular user after completion of the particular activity. Okay, so this is an additional feature so that you can remember that something I have finished, okay, as a teacher or as a student. So this much is about course setting. And for the course, you can see on the left navigation panel, we have the drawers. At the beginning, we have the course short name. Then we have participants. Then we have two things, badges and competencies. So we shall not speak much on these because badges is meant for reward-based education. And competencies, of course, we are now going towards competencies. Yesterday, you had a nice discussion with Professor Grover, where he discussed output-based education and outcome-based education. So this competence is related to outcome-based education. So instead of giving marks, grades, the students will be awarded competencies. At the end of a particular activity, the student will be given some competency level that he or she has attained this competency instead of giving a mark of say 10, 20, 100. So that those are not presently in practice for we people. So we're just skipping those things, and then we have grades. So we shall discuss grades as well slightly later. And then again we have the home button, home drawer, dashboard, calendar, private files, and other things are here on the extreme left navigation panel. So by now we probably have since the name of the course and of course short name of the course that in which we are assigned the teacher. Then we have something here, forest resources. What is this in fact? So these are the name of the topic. Okay, so otherwise you can have the week will be here. Okay, February 17 to February 24 and those things if the course is in weekly format. So I want to sense this thing. Suppose instead of forest resources, I want to sense to something else. So again, for this, we have to click this button, turn editing on. So this gear menu is for changing the settings of the whole course. And this turn editing on is to add or remove resources and activities in a Moodle course. So what are resources and activities? We will get to know immediately. So just click turn editing on. So you may have seen that if you have clicked turn editing on, you may have seen that one pencil appears here, one pencil to the right of the particular topic name or particular week, particularly. Just click this pencil and you can sense the name of this particular topic or particular week. So you can give it as week 1 if you have kept your course in the weekly format, or if you have sensed to topic format, topic 1 you can sense to a choice of your own by clicking this pencil. Suppose this I am sending to forest resources of say Assam, and I am pressing the enter button. So you see that the topic name has been sent to forest resources of Assam. So in this way you can sense the name of the topic, okay, or name of the week. You can sense by clicking this pencil and then giving your chosen name. There is other option also. You see that there is an edit button to the right side. If I click this edit button, you will see the same option. Edit topic is there. Then there is something called remove highlight. It means this topic is already being highlighted. So can you see the highlight? Where is the highlight? The highlighted topic, you can see there is a vertical bar. You can see a vertical bar to the left side of the topic. You can see one vertical bar. So to the next topic, we do not have a vertical bar, small, thin vertical bar. So that is the highlight. So if I just click remove highlight, so that bar will disappear. Then we have the other option. We can hide the topic, or we can even delete the topic. If we wish to delete the topic, we have to press this or to click this button. Or if you want to hide the topic, just click this hide topic button. So in this way, we can edit the particular topic. Then you see that there are more edit buttons. There are more edit buttons, and I am repeating, all these edit buttons will appear once you click turn editing on. Okay, you have to click turn editing on so that these edit buttons appear. So then we have 2 more edit buttons. So these edit buttons are the individual resources or activities that have been added against this particular topic. So how have I added this one? So to add a particular topic or particular resource or a particular activity, so we have to click this add an activity or resource. So just see what happens when we click add an activity or resource, this button. So one menu will pop up. So that will give you a host of activities and resources which are available for a Moodle site. So by resources, we mean the materials that we shall be supplying to the students as a part of our curriculum delivery. So that is our resources. And activities are those matters, are those things in Moodle in which the students will take part. Of course, the teachers also will take part. The activities are the things where the students will take part. Okay, so if I just click the resources, we'll see that we have 7 types of resources which we can provide to the students. So the most common one is the file resource. If we have a PDF file which we can provide to the students, just click this file. Just clicking this file, you will see there's an option for adding a new file under topic Forest Resources of Assam. So say just test document is the title for the this file, and this name is important because that is what the students will get to see in there from the student side. So here, and we can give a description for this particular document. We have skipped this one, and then you see that there is an option for this something called file picker. Okay, just click this file picker icon. Okay, so one file picker menu will pop up. So we have many options. We can add a server file, means a file which is available for the whole site, recent files, or we want to upload a file from somewhere. So for this, I'll click choose a file, and this is a repository in my computer from which I can upload a file. Okay, for example, say let me upload the file, say Forest Resources of Assam. It is already been uploaded, so I'm uploading again. Opening it up and say resource 1 and choose a license type, maybe Creative Commons, and upload this file. Okay, so this file will appear here. So you have some other settings also, appearance, restrict access, and activity completion. All these are there. So default settings will be sufficient as of now. Save and return to course. On clicking this one, so that file will be uploaded here. So you can see that this file have been uploaded. But if I want to move this file upward or downward, so I can just click this cross arrow and drag it up or drag it down. So it is easily, we can drag it up or drag it down wherever we wish to place. So if I wish to place it in another topic, it's possible. Just drag it. Okay. So this test document is being placed under the next topic, wildlife resources. So in this way, you can upload a file. Okay. There are other options also. You can in fact drag and drop a file. So if I have a file in one of my repositories in my computer, I can simply drag the file and drop into a particular place under a particular topic. So it is also possible. So in this way, we can add resources. I am going again for adding a resource by clicking add an activity or resource. Just click resources. So we have a file and folder, also very similar to what we have done in uploading a file. Then we have two interesting resources called page and book. So if we want to write something itself in Moodle with the help of Ecto Editor, okay, then we can use this page resource and book resources. In fact, if we have multiple pages, then we should use the book resource. So the advantage of those resources, page and book, is that the student or the user do not require any other software. Okay? You do not require Microsoft Word or Adobe Acrobat to go through those pages. They can simply avail or access those material in Moodle directly. So that is the advantage of the two resources, page and book. Then there is one more important resource that is called label. So if I simply click this label, then we can use this resource to add photo or video. In fact, we can add links also, but it is mainly used for uploading photo and video. So if I want to add a video in my Moodle course, then we click this camera icon, click video, and then browse repositories. Then we choose a file from the repositories. I have a video named water here. We open it and save it, say water, and upload this file. So this file is being uploaded, and now we can insert this media in the label. So this video is being uploaded, has been uploaded, and if I click save and return to the course, you will see that this particular video have been added to the course. So you can add video. You can just have our lectures recorded and upload videos here. But of course, we have to be careful about the size of the video and the storage capacity of the Moodle site. So in this way, we can have the resources uploaded, which will help the students to learn things. Then we want to know about the activities. What are the activities? There are so many activities available in Moodle. The two main activities that we shall discuss is assignment and quiz. So already you can see that we have added one quiz over here, and we have added one assignment here, probably in, of course, under the resources, forest resources of Assam. So how to add the activity assignment? So just click the button, add an activity or resource, then select activities. So you have the list of activities. There are so many activities which is of course available, which can be used for students. We can have a choice for voting. We can keep attendance for the students. We can create a database. We can have a forum in which the students can interact on a particular topic. We have an activity called glossary, which will help students to develop something themselves. And we have surveys, quiz, lessons, workshop. So many activities are here. But the most important and widely used are assignment and quiz. So just click assignment, and you will be asked to give a name. So name is important because that is what the students will see. So it is assignment 2, and you can give the questions over here. So write a note on, say, Constitution of, say, India. Okay, so you can give the assignment question here, and you can upload additional files. Suppose I have a question paper typed somewhere else in a PDF format or Word format. We can use this file picker to give additional files for the assignment. Then comes the availability of submission of the assignment. So by default, Moodle give 1 week for submission of the assignment, but this can be sensed. We can sense the submission date, we can sense the due date, and you have other settings as well. So there are other settings, for example, how many maximum number of files the students can upload, whether the students can upload files only, or can they give the answers online with the help of text editor. If I choose, sorry, auto editor, and if I just choose this online text, then we can limit, if we don't want to read much, we can limit the word limit also, say 500 words. Then we have other settings as well. One of the important setting is the grade. So by default, say maximum grade is 100, so I can give say 10. It can be changed to your choice. We can set a minimum grade for pass, say 4. There are options for blind marking, and there are so many settings are there. So the default settings will be sufficient for other things, and we just click save and return to the course. So you will get to see that assignment 2 is being added here under a particular topic. And as usual, if I want to sense or if I want to drag it somewhere else, we can move it by clicking this cross arrow icon. If I just click assignment 2, then this is what I'll see. Assignment 2, there are 5 participants for assignment 2, means there are 5 students who are supposed to submit the assignment. Nobody has submitted yet, and so there is no need for any grading. Okay? And due date and all other informations are provided to the teacher. In this way, I can add an assignment activity to the to a Moodle course. So again, I'm going back to the course, and because we have the time constraints, so I'm not showing exactly how to add a quiz. Just let us see the quiz, what is there in the quiz 1. Okay, before that, if I just add an activity resource, I want to add a quiz. So we'll choose resource activities and then quiz. So you have to give a quiz name. That is always important because that is what the students will see. A description. We'll set the timing for the quiz, enable the timing for the quiz. Okay, as at the beginning, let us keep blank. Then we can set time limit. Grade also you can set for the quiz. Okay, and others also you can check yourself. But the most important one is this one, review options. Okay, so accident may happen here because I have seen some of my colleagues that he or she has set a quiz in a LMS, and then he just forgot to uncheck these things. So immediately after submission of the quiz, the students will get to know the right answers. So if he has more attempts, then he or she can again use those answers to submit. So just uncheck this. So immediately after the attempt, the students should not know the attempt and all other things. Okay. Then uncheck these also. Okay. Uncheck all these. Right. So then only what will happen? We do not have a chance of making those errors. Okay. Our hard work will not go in vain setting difficult quiz and then not being assessed properly. So we have other options also. I'm not discussing those options, but you can check on your own. Very easy. Okay, most of the things are easy. For example, restrict access. So you can restrict access if a particular student haven't attained certain level of grades, or you can restrict access in terms of date also, and many other things. So just save and return to course. So the quiz will be created. So you can see that quiz 2 have been created. Quiz 1 was already there, but quiz 2 have been created. So if I click quiz 2, so what will happen? That you will get the information that no question have been added. Because yes, it is true, because we haven't added any question to this quiz. So to add a question, we have many options. In fact, we have 3 options. One is this edit quiz button. Then we can make a question bank also. Okay, or you can use this edit quiz button on the settings for the quiz. So this gear icon is for settings for the quiz, so edit quiz. Or we can use, we can go for a question banks and questions. So question banks and questions, you'll get to know about this in the recorded videos. So just if I click edit quiz here or here, same button, edit quiz, then you'll be asked to add a quiz. Just click this add button, you'll be able to add a question to this quiz. If I just click a new question, then you will get to see that these are types of questions which we can add to a quiz. So there are several types of questions, but the most important one, of course, most used one is a multiple choice question. Okay, so if I choose this multiple choice, then we will be able to add a multiple choice question to this quiz. But there is one point. Quiz doesn't mean only multiple choice question. You can see that you can add short answer question also. We can add short answer question. We can add true false question also, or we can add, more importantly, an essay type question also. So quiz doesn't mean that we have to add only objective type questions, but descriptive type questions are also can be set with the help of a quiz, right? So this is very interesting, and there are very nice other types of questions. For example, this close type questions is very nice. We shall see an example, and we have drag and drop into text. This type of questions, very interesting and interactive. Drag and drop to marker is very interesting, and it is very nice for the, it will be very nice for the learners. Okay, so I'm just cancelling this out, and we want to go back to quiz 1, because in quiz 1 we have already added few questions. So let us see what are questions there. In quiz 1, I have added 5 questions. So how to see the questions? Again, this settings button, and then preview. So you'll see the questions over here. We start attempt. So you'll see that these are the questions that have been added in quiz 2, and this is what the students will get to see. On the right, you see that there is a timer. The timer, because the quiz is timed for 10 minutes. So the timer is there for the help of the students. So this is the first question. It's a multiple choice question. We go to the next page without attempting the question, and see that we have a true false type question. The text of the question is immaterial, right? Only for the example purpose. So you go to the next page, you'll get to see one short answer question. So here we have to write something. The student have to write something as an answer, right? If the answer matches with the one that we have provided, then the student will get marks. We go to the next page, then you will see that this is drag and drop into text type question. So here what the student can do, that he or she can drag these boxes into the appropriate place. So the capital of India is New Delhi, and then Mumbai is the mostly populated city. Okay. So this way we have this nice interactive type question for students. Then if we just move further, we have a fifth question. This is a closed type question. Here you see that a short answer question and a multiple choice question is being blended. So we have a multiple choice question. The choices are here. The capital of Assam is Guwahati, and which is located on the bank of the river. So you have the student write the answer here. Right? So just finish the attempts. So in this way, the students will get to see what they have done. Okay, they haven't answered 1, 2, 3. Answer 4 is saved, and answer 5 is incomplete answer because half is done. The students can return to the attempt, or they can submit and finish. Okay, so this is the students will be doing while attempting the quiz. Okay, so that is about the quiz. But actually, how this quiz is being set? So to see this, we'll go to the quiz again. Quiz 1. Quiz 1. And then we just go to edit quiz. So what is the, you cannot add or remove the questions because the quiz have been attempted. So the questions are freezed. So the questions that have been added here are freezed. So we cannot add or remove any question. But just see what is being, what are there. If you see the first question is what? The question text is here. You have to give a question name, then a question text. The first question was a multiple choice question. So next you have to give the choices. Of course, the marks also you have to set for the question. Then scrolling down, we have set the choices here. Choice 1 and the grade. Because there's a wrong answer, you can set a grade. Okay, grade from 100%. We have many options. 90% we can give fraction of marks also. We can give negative marks also. So because the question is wrong, so we have given a negative mark. In this way, we have added the choices. Choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. And choice 4 is Corbett National Park is correct. It's not a national park in Assam. So we have given full grade over here and so on. Now we can have more options if we are just clicking blank for 3 more choices. So we can have 4 choices, 7 choices, 10 choices, 100 choices also is possible. So that is the first question. Then we have the second question, which is a true-false question. So the true-false question is also very similar to a multiple choice question. And the third one is short answer question. So let us see the short answer question, how the question setting is. The question text is here. The city in Assam with highest population is, and we have the answers. We have the answers. Answer is Guwahati. So if the student write the answer Guwahati, he or she will get the grade 100%. We can add more answers also. We can add more answers if 2 answers are possible. For example, which name an inferior planet, say, or name a superior planet. So if I give options for superior planets, say Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, any of those will be correct. So I can, in this way, I can give more options for the short answer here. So this is the short answer question whose setting is like this. And then we have this, the fourth one is the drag and drop into text type question. So that interactive question is very interesting. Here you can see, okay, the capital of India is within a pair of square brackets. I have written 1, while I have written similarly 2. Okay, so this is a question text. So what are these things and how are they mapped? So they are mapped at the bottom, very easy. You can see, scroll down here. Choice 1 is New Delhi and choice 2 is Mumbai. So in this way, you can have more choices and you can have nice interactive questions for the students. So if you practice those things, you will find interesting. Students also will get to see the things nicely. So I'm cancelling this out and going back to the course again, NRA, and you just see the contents are there. So this way you can add more activities also. The provision of video conferencing is also there with the help of big blue button. And but we want to go to the participants, how we can have participants for a course. So that is important, because without participant, the course will be not okay, not nice. We need participants in the course. So for participants, just click the participants drawer in the navigation panel, and you will get to see the participants for this particular course. And it is very nice to see that some of you have already entered this course. Okay, so you can see the names of the participants who have entered this course. So because they have entered this course, they will get to see the contents of that course. But if I, as a teacher, want to add some more students, how shall I proceed? For the purpose, I shall click this button, enroll users. I shall click this enroll users button and see the participants here. Okay, suppose say I'm just clicking say Pankaj. Okay, so there are 2 Pankaj over here, so 2 users. So I am just choosing one of those. So then suppose okay, one more choice, say deposit, say okay. So there are so many people with DEB, so I am just choosing say Vijay Krishna Devnath, and I am choosing say Devpajani Pokholial, and you can choose Devajit Dutta also. So you can choose all these and then assign the role of student to this course. Okay, so there are other options also. This can be, the role can be manager, then teacher, then non-reading teacher and student. So for the time being, we have given the role of a student. So just click enroll users. So you can see that those users have been enrolled into the course. So in this way, you can enroll the users into the course, and you can see the activities also. You can see the activities of the students. So in this way, we will have participants, and what can happen, the participants can enroll themselves also. If I have, if I don't have the names, okay, if I do not know the names, then the students can enroll themselves into the particular course. For this purpose, you have to click this gear icon. Okay, at the top, this gear icon, you have to click and then click enrollment methods. So you'll see that there is a provision of self-enrollment for students. So for this course, it is enabled. That's why, because of this, you have been able to enter. Okay, because those students say Kakoli, they have entered this because I have enabled self-enrollment for this course. So that's why. So if I click this I now, so this will be disabled. No one after this will be able to enter. Okay, so I'm clicking this one so that you can join this course as a student. Okay, but only clicking this one, what will happen? Anybody can join this course. Anyone who is authenticated, who is a user of this particular website can join this. So what we can do, we can restrict this by clicking this settings button again. Okay, if we give an enrollment key here, then without knowing the enrollment key, you will not be able to join this particular course. So I'm leaving it blank so that without any enrollment key also, the students can join. So I'm cancelling this out. Finally, I want to see the student side. How the student will see my website. Okay, we always think that what we are doing is okay, but what the students are seeing. So to know what the students are seeing, we have an option. We have an option in the user menu. In the user menu, you can see at the bottom we have switch role to. Just click switch role to. You can see switch your role to any of this because I am logged in as a administrator. That's why I have these options. Because you are logged in as a teacher, so you have the option of non-editing teacher and student. So I'm just clicking this student, and now my role will change to. Okay, so it is disabled. So the role it is not being set in the site administration system. That's why I am not enabling myself to student. It has been done. It has been done. It has been done. So this is what the student will get to see. Assignment 1, assignment 2. Okay, all the materials in the against a particular topic, and he or she can attempt the quiz for the assignment. So there are many other things. How the students will submit the assignment, how the students will attempt the quiz, how the teacher will assess the assignment. Okay, how the grades will be seen in the grade book. Just clicking grades, you will get to see the grades obtained by the particular student of this course. So just see that we have this assignment 1, quiz 1, assignment 2. These are the components of assessment. And if you want to see the overview report, okay. Because I am logged in as a student, so I am not seeing anything. Just see, because I am logged in as a student now, my role is student, so just return to my normal role, then only I will get to see the contents of the grades. Okay, now see, I can view grades. I can view grades. Grader report. You will see that the participants are appearing here. And if you have attempted the quiz, or if you have submitted the quiz, and if this has been assessed, then the marks will be reflected here automatically. Automatically, the marks will be reflected here, and the total mark we can see the course total we can see here. And we have the option that suppose I don't want to add, say assign quiz 1. Suppose we want to consider. And assignment 1 I have to consider, not assignment 2 and quiz 2. So then what we can do? We can change it. We can just clicking this turn editing on and clicking this calculator. We have the option of giving a calculation, grade calculation formula also. But for this, we have to give some ID numbers to the course. So I hope these things you can explore yourself. And there are many other things. Some of this will be provided in the videos. So thank you very much. I am winding up my today's discussion. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to assist you. And of course, my advice is that the course that have been created for you individually, you just go to those courses instead of entering this this course resources of Assam. You can enter your course and you just change the name of the course, short name, change the name of the topic, and add some resources and activities, so that I'll be able to see your activities and I will be able to help you out. Thank you very much.